Okay, alright, we are back with more Factorio. Here we go. I am Pax, and we are continuing here with our playthrough of Factorio Space Age. Yes, and last time we built our train network and got our LTN style trains up and running, and so these guys will listen to our global red wire network here and be allocated to fulfill requests on demand for whatever item and bring that item to a requester. So we just got it up and running and got trains bringing in some raw ores and some oil, stone and all that, and eating our base. Looking really nice. And one little silly thing up here I want to fix is just that it's like one tile too high, so okay, let's do that. That's good. I can move this down now. That's all I wanted. Yep. That's it. Okay, and then I want to also finish up with the wall. So there's a little bit still to do on our wall here. So let's get this maybe right there and get some lasers over there. That's fine with me. Bring this corner up to here. Let's get all that back. Yes, do that and get more lasers over here. So let's see. Let's try to go around this cliff. All right, something like that will make us happy, and perhaps we also need some more landmines. There, walled off. Feeling very safe. All right, good. Now we doubled up most of the things, but I think actually I wanted to expand even more, so I'm gonna actually get even more blue circuits here. Simple like that. And I also want to try to get more stone bricks coming because I want the higher quality stone bricks. So let's go ahead, put them on the network, and also then maybe get it to make some more. And then I wanted to come down here and also try to double up the plastic here. So we're going to go like this. Rotate. No, I mean horizontal flip. Yes, we can do that now with the chemical plants. That's exactly what we want there. Something like that. We'll have to do this. Okay, the water has to move. So let's move this water. And let's see, we can get the petroleum gas. Let's just do this. Oops. Bring it across like that. And now let's reroute the water a bit. Bring it over here. Just do that. Do this. Alright, radars. Go over here. Alright, water come across and just reconnect right here. Should work just fine. Bump. There we go. Okay. And what's wrong with you? Yes, there's just now we need to connect it outputs here. And I guess we'll just make all this red now. And there we go. Red. Plastic. Red from a plastic here. And I want a little bit more sulfur as well, so we can just copy and paste this. Force it down. Connect it like that. Connect the water. Oh, yeah, I mean, there we go. Active already. Easy peasy. Okay, good. Then I also wanted to expand rocket fuel a bit. So let's move this connector back down here. We can just do it here, I suppose. That's fine. And then let's just double this up. Double it up, but I'm actually going to make the solid fuel locally instead of pulling it off of the car bus because, well, this is quite a lot of solid fuel, but you know, a lot of it's going to electricity. We can just kind of do something like this, though. It's a pretty nice ratio between rocket fuel and solid fuel. Just connect this here, and I believe we need purple there. And I want to do something, pretty much the same thing on this side, but I want to actually use the petroleum gas solid fuel. just because there's basically a chance that the petroleum gas doesn't get consumed, and we want to make rocket fuel, but the whole oil production is just like backlogged on petroleum gas, which will also then completely backlog the rocket fuel production. So if we have the rocket fuel also consume a little bit of petroleum gas, we will not worry about locking up there. Let's see, we can do some kind of zigzaggy thing here, I guess. And then bring it through there to there, and sort of awkward where all the power poles are. Yeah, I guess go there then. There. This and this, and let's see, can we bring this down? I guess so, and this is petroleum gas, so it goes here. Okay, that should be good. Okay, yes, we see it going. Alright, a little bit more rocket fuel for us there. A little bit more of the blue circuits. Alright, and then what I want to do is get some uranium. And so the uranium technology is locked by a triggered technology where we have to actually mine some uranium ore. So I'm just going to get like a tiny amount so that way we can just get this technology, because we don't really need to do the uranium processing per se right now, but we want to use the steam turbine generator things that it's also unlocked with the technology. Alright, that should be it. Yes. This thing, nuclear power, gives us a steam turbine, which we can use in Vulcanus to help us with electricity. So we want to unlock that, and so we have to go mine just at least like one little uranium. Excuse me, trees. I'm so fast now, it's like I just run up here faster than I could probably take the train. So let's just grab then this power pole here, bring it on over, something like that, and plop, this down. Tell me I got a mining drill. Okay, at least one. Okay, pop that down, shove it into a chest, and plop down this. Unload some sulfuric acid from a barrel. Grab those barrels. And there we go. It should unlock the technology there. Uranium processing. And we will start then working on the nuclear power research. And the only other one we can do, I guess, is Covarex. So might as well just get that going too. Now we can basically do the main goal of today, which is to build your spaceship and fly to Vulcanus. We'll try it out. I just want to run down here, be close to the rocket silo. And yeah, let's go up there and check out our situation right here. So we have, all the space platform up there, but yeah, we gotta just go ahead and do the rest of the design. And I'll just get this empty one here in case I want more stuff. And yeah, I think again, we're gonna try some kind of sushi belt contraption. And I basically want this exact same thing with the crushers here. So let's start with just this. And again, we're going to have sushi belt kind of come here. I'm going to give it one space on this side like this, and then have the crushers kind of just be like right across here. And I want the sushi belt to actually go the other direction. I want it to go counterclockwise here. And this makes more sense with the arrangement of the inserters, because it should put the recycling one right before the consuming one. That would kind of work a little bit better. And on the other side, we're going to be building the electric furnaces here. And they will be pulling off from the sushi belt the iron ore. And we need to filter it in case we put regular iron on there or something else. Right, so this will be smelting iron. And I think I was going to put it on the sushi belt, but I decided that I would just directly put it back into the cargo bay here, and we can just make sure it's limited with a wire. So we'll connect to these and say enable if the iron plate is less than 90 or something. I think just a little bit under a stack, so we don't you know, put one little extra thing in there. And the reason we want to do this is because we got to produce a lot of ammo. And we just sent up a bunch of. Oh yeah, okay. Let's turn this off. Yeah, I don't want things going out there just yet because it's kind of a lot. It sends up a full rocket's worth of material no matter what. So it just sent up, unfortunately, just one stack of belts, but that's fine. And here we want to make, yeah, ammo. So we need actually a ton of ammo to have this work at all. So we're going to be just direct feeding it, and we need a big buffer. And so we want to put it into the storage system there. And in fact, we are going to also add some cargo bays. So we'll put some cargo bays down here for a little bit extra storage. And this will be our ammo. So that's why we're just putting the iron directly and the ammo directly. And we also need the wire on the ammo inserter. So we'll just say will be enabled as long as ammo is less than like 400, something like that, right? And we can go ahead and put down, let's see, I realized I did not need any of the electricity things. I don't know if I just was completely zoning out or something changed in the game update, but yeah, you don't need any power poles in space, so we don't need that. And so I was going to put some substation here, and then I think we can also maybe put some solar panels up here. And yeah, we have like plenty of this stuff. So let's trim this back a little bit. All right, so it's a little bit more reasonable. Yes, now we can put our collectors. So I think I want one there. Then we also then need a lot of guns. So the guns are going to be needed to shoot down the asteroids. And I'm going to give it one space here, and this will come up, I think, and this will go like this. And that actually is the very top of it, I believe. Just sneak around the panels there. All right, and then of course we have to have symmetry here. So it's going to be like this and like this. And I realize there's kind of like, you know, you kind of want to make the spaceship as low mass as possible, and so that every tile adds some mass. So we have 145 now, but you can't put holes in it, so it won't let you deconstruct things that are like inside. It has to be kind of a contiguous form, but you can kind of Swiss cheese it a little bit. So we could like cut these tiles away, and sometimes like having a gap between things allows you to Swiss cheese it a little bit more. And that could maybe like save you a little bit of the mass or whatever. All right, so we're gonna put then another pair of asteroid collectors out here. These will go in like that, and then we're gonna fill up the middle also with some gun turrets. And we'll do this, and then even I believe we want to push out. We'll just have one more set of turrets kind of out here. Just because, of course, you know, there'll be most of the asteroid threat will be right in front of us. Okay, something like that. And yeah, we could like Swiss cheese here, but I also want to add, we have some logic we need to add, basically this. So we want to bring this over for our asteroid collectors. This, and then let's do that. Yeah, something like that. And so I believe we want to then, this will be subtracted from here. And so we want to just connect this to this. Yes, read belt contents, all belts. So this will give us the difference between this and what's on the belt. And we want a positive number if we want to set the requests. And that's what we're trying to do here. So we're going to connect this to the asteroid collectors. And then say set filters. All right, so that makes sure that the asteroid collectors will only pick up the asteroids we actually we want on the sushi belt there. So that's our system for doing that. And now back here, we want to do a little bit more. So I think I was going to do solar panel back here. And there is a chance, like when we're just floating in orbit, that an asteroid comes from the sides. So you do need to protect the rest of the ship. And so we'll have a couple gun turrets in the back here, and another like layer of solar panels there. And then back here we'll do the engine stuff. Okay, so let's get a little bit more space. And yes, to power the thrusters, let's add thrusters here. Up, thruster. Yes, to power the thruster, you need to have the oxidizer and the fuel, yes. And the way you do that is using some chemical plants. So we could just do this. This is then the thruster fuel, which needs carbon, which we already know how to get. And it needs water. And then the oxidizer needs iron and also needs water. So then we need the other thing that makes water, which is, just give me some room here. This ice melting. So we already know how to get ice and carbon and iron, of course. And then we can use these things to just go down the fuel. And then we can shove a engine right here. And I think this is the middle. So it's hard to be symmetrical because some things are even symmetry and some things are odd symmetry. But so this engine, I'm going to line up with the middle of the space platform. So I'm going to do that. And there's like one extra space on that side of it. So it's a little bit asymmetrical, but I think it's kind of cool looking. And I'm going to put this one space out so that way we can actually put some pumps in here. And I want to have some pumps so that way we can actually control the speed of the ship. And so we'll use these pumps to actually to provide the thruster fuel or the oxidizer fuel in order to throttle the speed of the ship. And then we'll need, of course, a couple pipes here and here. And we'll of course need to grab, you know, the carbon and the ice and the iron from the sushi belt. And we also would like to have some tanks for storage, yes. And then, yeah, we can even have more thrusters. And so the thrusters, of course, have these weird ports at kind of an angle. So, but you can pass through the fluids through these ports. So this will get thruster fuel, but it won't get oxidizer. So we have to bring the oxidizer around like this. And the same for the mirror image of the thruster fuel. And that'll fuel everything there. Let's trim away some of the tiles in. I think we can squeeze another solar panel here too. Yeah, so let's get that. Pull all this away. So that's pretty much the plan. And I think I'm going to have a combinator back here helping us. And we'll have a power pole here. And then we need to monitor the speed of the spaceship. And so we can actually read speed with this signal V. So we'll connect that up. And we'll plug the V into the decider combinator there. And we'll say if the V is less than, say, I think we want to go like 150 for this journey, then we'll output green, go. And so then we'll tell the pumps here to work if there's the green signals. So let's just say if the green signal is greater than 0, then pump the oxidizer and the fuel into the engines and accelerate more. And so there's actually some efficiency too if you don't run the engines like full speed. You actually get more efficient use of the fluids. And wow, this music is amazing. It's like so much cool new music now. Alright, I also want to monitor the thruster and oxidizer levels. And we want to set up one more combinator to essentially tell us that it's safe to launch. Okay, so we can actually and connect here the red wire, and I'm also going to connect the green wire from the space platform hub there. And on this combinator, we're going to be saying like we want to fulfill a lot of conditions. Like we want enough thruster fuel, so greater than, let's say 15,000. We want enough oxidizer. Okay, greater than 15,000, sure. And then we want enough ammo, and so let's say ammo is also greater than 200. And we'll AND all these together. So we need all those things to be true, and then again we'll just say green if everything's true with a 1. And that would be our cue to launch, that it's at least safe to launch, and we'll use that later when we start automating the spaceships for delivery, but we will just, I'd rather use the red wire here, I think makes more sense. So red wire in and red wire into there. So then that will tell the space platform the green signal. So say like when we want to go to planet, we can say the circumcondition of the green signal, you know, is greater, let's say just greater than equal to 1 for now. And that will let us launch. But yeah, okay, wow, that's pretty much the entire spaceship design. Oh yes, now there's one more part where we want to set up another like kind of logic for this inserter. And what we're going to do is just say like, okay, this is going to say like, what do we want from the hub onto the sushi belt? All we want right now is ammo, so, and we need a lot of ammo. So we're going to put like 200 ammo onto the sushi belt. And basically now we need to say, okay, what's the difference between this, the request amount and the what's on the sushi belt? So we need to subtract the sushi belt from the request amount, like so, and set that into this inserter, and that will set filters. And then this will just put ammo onto the outside lane of the sushi belt. Everything else is using the inside lane. And yes, we need a lot of ammo. It's surprising how much ammo you need. All right, good. Okay, so I think it's looking pretty nice. That is pretty much the entire ship. And I believe we probably need to make these a bit higher. So we need a lot more iron for making ammo. And I think also we can maybe up these a little bit more too, just because it's bigger sushi belt and all that. And set those constants a little bit higher so there's more. And we're direct feeding the iron. And yeah, anything that the asteroid collectors will pick up will just automatically go. Okay, we figured out Coverex. Let us build the steam turbines. Yes, build these, please. And we'll just do this, I guess. Let's skip that for now. It's fine. Have some quality modules. Okay, that is... Let's get this production going. That should be good. We need more of these. Just crank those out really quickly. And we also need more rocket silos for sure, yes. I need to make some more rocket silos here. So let's just get that on the network, and we'll throw a couple more down. So let's see, where does this go? Yeah, there, right there, right? Okay, so we can do this, and do that, and then this right there. Alright, yeah, that's another rocket silo. Do we have any more good modules? I'm not sure, so let's just throw these in there. And we'll do this a couple more times even. So, can we do it right here? Yeah, let's do it right there, and like, right there. And it looks like actually it's not in the bot network there, so let's throw down some more roboports, maybe just there and there. Okay, yeah, we need to launch more rockets, and I'm not really ready to automatically launch them right now. We will be doing that soon enough. There's nothing else to research, so calm down. Okay, so let's then think about what kind of quality stuff do we have, and what can we send up here, and can we make more? Like, we have one of these uncommon asteroid collectors. So let's make one more uncommon one. And send up 2 of those. So we need what? Circuits and engines and LDS. Okay. So let's see what we have over here. So let's grab some of our high quality stuff. So we have some uncommon than that. A couple of uncommon electric engines. We have some rare stuff. And okay, we need electric engines. Okay, let's just get these. Okay, bit of rare LDS too, so let's just see what we do with this. We need to make one more. There you go. Okay, there's that. We need a couple of these. What we definitely need as well is a landing pad. So when we get to Vulcanus, we want to have this landing pad. So that way we can provide Vulcanus with the materials. So let's just shoot this up there. So to go deliver this to Vulcanus. There's our landing pad. And let's see, have these and these and this. And this other one. Okay. Then I think what's also would be really useful are better furnaces. And okay, we have 2 of the rare ones. I kind of want to make another rare one. So we had 3 rare ones. That's actually perfect. So what do we need? So we need 10 rare steel, 10 rare stone brick, and 5 rare advanced circuits. All right, so we have that. We have 1 steel, so we need stone brick and more steel. Okay, barely have enough stone brick. Should be also enough steel, I believe. Oh yeah, looking good, base. Looking really good in here. Okay, go. Thank you. All right, 3 of those will be good. So let's send those up as well. Okay, have these, and just have all those. We'll want those eventually. We need to send up some pipes. Maybe we need to send up those 2 pumps. We need to send up 2 tanks. The assembling machine. We only need 1. And 3 red inserters maybe. Of course we need gun turrets. Okay, just send up another stack inserter or whatever. Okay, go up there. And okay, I think we could also like to have solar panels. So I'll just send up. Okay, we have 2 entire stacks of higher quality solar panels. We'll want all of those also for making power on Vulcanus. Let's go ahead and shoot that one up there. Let's see, can you also shoot these solar panels up there already? Okay, there's another stack of them. Alright, let's see. Do we have any better accumulators? Let's see here. Okay, we got 3 of these, and let's just get then a stack of those. Okay, so take these and these. And I also want to put efficiency modules pretty much everywhere. So all these have efficiency modules. These, I think with the ice, we are usually limited by the oxide chunks, and I'm going to get 1 prod module there. And then you should have some efficiency modules. And the rest is fine. So let's see, what else do we need? 14 gun turrets and combinators. So let's consider that. Yeah, just deliver this to Vulcanus Express there. Alright, so 14, right? Okay, and then let's just fill the rest up with some combinators. And then just send up more inserters, sure. Okay. Alright, good. Okay, so sort of coming together. I think we need to upgrade a couple of the things here. So let's see, let's work on, we have this, so we can upgrade the solar panels at least. Okay. I think then we should probably upgrade the accumulators on here. So we have 3 of those. That happened, yes. And I think I want, let's see, I want the asteroid collector also upgraded. I think I want the ones on the side. This one to be the better one. And this one. Okay, there's all the asteroid collectors. We need still a lot more inserters. And okay, we want also to upgrade the electric furnace to rare. Gosh, the new music is so good. Okay, there we go. And so we still need to send up chemical plants and in the thrusters. Okay, so let's grab, we have 1 uncommon thruster, so let's do that. And we should have some chemical plants, I imagine. They are pretty much ready, so let's have these and have these. 4 is fine because we got to send up more anyway, so yes, that should be fine. All right, what else do we need? More inserters. More pipes still, actually. It's not quite enough pipes. Yes, and basically and stack inserters looking really good. So we'll just send up whole stack inserters. It's fine. Of course, like, we could make pipes. So we need to send these things, the crushers. Okay, so let's get 1, 2, 3 crushers. And probably like a bunch of modules. How many modules do we need exactly? 16 efficiency modules. Okay, so let's see, are these ready? Yes. Okay, let's send up. There's a 16 efficiency modules. Hopefully that's correct. Send up a few more pipes. Let's send some pipes. I think that's fine. And these. And get some more inserters. Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay, and I probably want to have... like a bunch of prod modules. Alright, take just a whole stack of prod modules, I guess. Do I want any qualities or speeds? Okay, maybe we'll do like... Alright, one anyway. Well, yeah, because there's one module being requested, I guess that's why it automatically went. Okay, we need to also upgrade the... Okay, let's get this one thruster to be uncommon quality. Right here. Okay, stuff's happening. Okay, good. Oh yeah, it's already pretty much online now. So we see that the iron is being processed, making iron plate. Yeah, this is nice because the rare furnaces can make 1 iron plate per second, and the assembling machine takes 3 per second to max out on the ammo. So this gives us full assembling machine's worth of ammo throughput, and that's going to be pretty much the biggest factor. Okay, we are producing the thruster fuel, the oxidizer as well. That's awesome. And I think like all the settings are working. Yes, looks like we're not getting overloaded. And yeah, we need a stupid amount of ammo on the belt, so I just let this go and let it full up and just have the ammo only on the outside. But kind of thinking forward to maybe the future where we have more stuff than just ammo. And then of course somehow I got all of these backwards here. It's okay, not too bad. There we go. Good thing I noticed that before we left though. Okay, good, we are stocking up. Okay, we need, oh yeah, we need a couple power poles, we need a couple of lamps. So I think though we want to send up pretty much an entire thing of power poles anyway. And we want that 1 lamp, and we want more stuff for Vulcanus. So let's send up a few. Yeah, let's send up a few quality modules. Maybe like that. Let's send up, you know, a few of these. Speed modules, maybe 20. And we could send up, I think we just need to send up more inserters. So that's probably fine, just to fill out the rest of it, yes. Alright, okay, we're looking pretty good here. So, alright, I think this ship is pretty much online. And it's just stocking up on material as we prepare. But yeah, we definitely want to then just set this up, I think, to... So let's turn this off, and let's just start making a few groups. So I'm going to just call this Vulcanus bots. Vulcanus bots. So we'll want, you know, rubber ports on Vulcanus for sure. So let's get actually 20 of these, and we have to beware of the rocket capacity. So most things are only stack, especially the like entities. So right, I think I want like 100 bots. And we want some Logibots, and then we want the chests. Rider chest, storage chests. Alright, that's basically all we need for bots, right? Okay, and then we can... Let's turn a couple of these into automatic requests. Yes. So this will then get our bots to do this for us. Okay. Okay, alright, okay. And let's see, we also then want to, let's make a new thing we'll call Vulcanus over here. We'll call this production. Let's see, we want things like substations. We want, you know, basic assembling machines. We need chemical plants. We need oil processing. We need pump jacks. I need long inserters. And we need probably some mining drills. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and get all of that stuff. The other thing is, like, I was thinking, well, it turns out that it's mostly better to send up intermediate parts than to send up the entities. So, like, you know, we can only send up 50 constant combinators, but we could send up 2,000 green circuits, and we can send up 4,000 copper cables. And so, like, we just build it with the intermediates. It's much more efficient to, yeah, build it and send it up. So I want to send up some circuits and stuff, especially. So let's send up one rocket full of green circuits, and let's do red circuits, which is 1,000. And let's do blue circuits. So it's 300. Steel to start. Let's see, I think it's 400 to rocket capacity, yes. Let's get some copper, and we could get iron, but we can get iron from space, so we'll just like keep getting the iron from space and such. And I think that's plenty. That's probably like too much. That should help us get started, I believe. So I guess we'll turn this on, right? I think so. It's fine. Yeah, so there's one problem where, okay, so we need to put all this stuff on through the network. And then we need our buffers to be big enough to actually fill up a rocket. So I'm gonna just make sure that we can fill this up. But of course there's no blue circuits in the network even at all, so, or red circuits or green circuits, so maybe we'll just do this by hand then. Yeah, I think so. So let's just turn this off. This is just not gonna happen anytime soon, so we'll just do this by hand. Yes, and we'll do that again. Alright, that way eventually they'll stack up, but okay, so let's just get, you know, just steal some reds and blues and greens from the cars here. And I do want engines, and I want enough engines to, well, build a bunch of cars. Of course we're going to do cars on belts. Yes. But we also want to think about like being able to build a rocket silo. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, those are still going, so let's do this. So we'll send up 1,000 red circuits. That seems pretty good. And I would like to send at least, I do want to send up 300 blue circuits, so let's just keep stealing them. Do we have enough? Quite. So that's enough. Alright, so we got the reds. Let's send up the blue circuits here. Oh wait, no. Like this. Okay, I think that's all you can do with blue circuits, so go put that to Vulcanus. Okay, you're still filling up with hot stuff. And are you guys busy? Getting roboports, getting mining drills, that's fine. Hopefully the bots are working. Alright, almost got all the storage chests. Have the steel. Still waiting on the rocket. Okay, good. Okay. the storage chests. Okay. Yes, it's happening, it's happening. Okay, let's send up... Let's see, how many is that? Let's just get a whole rocket's full of engines, I guess. How many is it? It needs 400, so 1, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. Great, have all these engines. Okay. And I want enough electric engines to at least build 1, 2, 3.5. Need a few more. Alright, take this back. Okay, you're going. Okay, you're still waiting. Okay, boy, you have to send so many rockets up to just get ready to go. Alright, how's this looking over here? A new rocket ready. Let's turn you off. I think it sounds like everything's there. Deliver to Vulcanus, all the electric engines. Alright, how are we looking up there now? So we have, yeah, we still want some green circuits. Steel should be on the way. And I think everything else is looking kind of okay. Okay, let us continue then with ferrying our spaceship to Vulcanus. And we have most of the intermediate parts. We still want some electronic circuits. Cancel these. Who's almost ready for another round? Nobody? Alright, well the other thing we should look at is just the technologies. And so if we look through the Vulcanus chain, we have to mine some calcite, and that will give us this way to turn sulfuric acid into steam, which we will use for electricity. And then also we can use it to make water. We can turn the steam into water. And we can do coal liquefaction. So this is how we can do oil processing, I believe, on Vulcanus. And then we need to then do the foundry. So we need to craft tungsten carbide. Also over here, we need to mine a big rock to activate the tungsten carbide. So a lot of different little of these triggered technologies. Okay. Then we wanted to get the foundry and all the cool stuff that the foundry can do. All these smelting recipes, making stuff from lava. And then the next thing is to build a foundry. So we do need to build one. And so what does it take? I guess refined concrete. So let's bring some of that. Lubricant, I think we'll have to make there. And then once we craft a foundry, we can make the big mining drill. Okay, good. And then we need to craft a big mining drill to get the next technology, tungsten plate. Finally, just craft tungsten plate to make the science pack. So basically it lays it out for you, all the little steps we need to get to the metallurgic science. So yeah, I guess we just want to also bring some refined concrete so we can just go ahead and not have to worry about that with building a foundry. So there's only one stack of this per rocket. Generally I would want to bring a rocket silo, but yes, it requires a bunch of steel, which we'll have to make. Bring the processing unit to bring enough electric engines. I mean, pipes are just trivial, but the 1,000 concrete, I'm not going to launch 10 rockets worth of concrete to just have that for making a rocket silo. So we'll have to figure out how to make concrete on Vulcanus as well. But then with the fine concrete here, and let's send up, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just send up a few more inserters, I guess. Let's deliver this to the Vulcanus, and let's also deliver the refined concrete. And then hopefully we're getting those pump jacks. And we are almost done with another rocket over here. Cool. Alright, good. Now we have the circuits, steel, and the pump jacks are on the way. We have a good amount of most other things. Okay, and then we have to ditch all of our stuff here, so let's make sure we have this off. And we'll just throw down some chests over here. Let's see. So just ditch everything. And, okay, so we are pretty much empty. We need to get rid of this ammo. I think that's... Can't bring the ammo either. Alright, let's see. Can we travel to space platform? Vulcanus Express. Alright, let's just get those last chemical plants up here. So, are they coming? Okay, there they are. Alright, there's our oil refineries. And here it looks like our chemical plants are coming. Cool. I think that's everything then. On the way, so let's just wait for those. And I think it looks like we're pretty much ready. What's going on with you? We don't have enough thruster fuel yet. Why not? Huh, we're still missing efficiency modules somehow. It's strange. Okay, cranking out. So we're still short on the thruster fuel. Oh, it's water. Of course, it's water, right? Yeah. Right, yeah, it's usually the oxide asteroid chunks that we don't get enough of. No, we need like all of them right now, huh? Okay, but I think it's good. Let's see. I think we're ready, right? Are we ready? It seems like it. Okay, let's do it then. To Vulcanus we go. So let's see how it works. Alright, dropped us an autosave there. Got our thrusters. Okay, we should take off, but this should slow us down now. Okay, we're going really fast still, but the fuel's dropping, so I will slow down a bit. I don't want to go too fast, or so like we'll have to destroy more asteroids if we go too fast. Okay, yes, very good, okay. Nice, here we go. These are the medium-sized asteroids that you have to shoot down with the guns. Yeah, you go through a lot of ammo pretty quickly here. But we also get a lot more resources, of course, as we're going through this denser asteroid field. Alright. Making it. Seems pretty safe so far. That's why I wanted to make sure we could throttle the speed just in case. But it looks like the ship is holding up pretty robustly here. Okay, good. We're almost there, actually. Already. Cool. And crack. Alright, yes. Vulcanus Express. Nice. Looks like we made it. Yeah. Cool. Okay, we're here, so I think I will drop on down to Vulcanus. There we go. Let's see. Are we going? Drop to planet. Vulcanus. Yes. Alright, here we go. Hey, visit Vulcanus. Travel to planet Vulcanus. There we are. And we are making our landing on the lava planet Vulcanus. Yes, here we are. Okay, cool. Well, we've made it, and just run around a little bit and explore. We got of course, the demolishers are here. We're in the demolisher zone. Let's go see if I can find this guy. A lot of rocks. Hey. That's a medium one. Ooh, hey bud. What's up, man? How you doing over there? Okay. Well, that's a little scary. Got a medium one right there. Yes, we will have to kill these guys eventually. There he is. There's a smaller one. Small demolisher. Give me a break. Look at that thing. Massive. And gosh, this lava stuff is looks tricky to navigate. Alright, cool. Yeah, so we've made it to Vulcanus, but I think I'm just gonna run around and survey the area a little bit. So we got some of the sulfur over here. Sulfuric acid geysers, and we have some calcite over here. Very good. And some coal right over there. So I think though, yeah, I think we'll start to set up our base here on Vulcanus. But I think we'll do that in the next session. We've made it there. We built our spaceship. And it looks like it is pretty robust there. Nice little design. It's like kind of symmetrical, but I can't really make it perfectly symmetrical. Cool, yeah. But I think we'll call the session there. There you go, Factorio. I am Pax, and I will see you in the next video.